Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am Jason Leroy from Jason Leroy, and today I'm going to be talking about a major update and something that I know some people that have been following me for a very long time have been waiting for. If you knew me back when my name was Jason Wrights Songed, not Songs, Songed with a D, you would have known that I gave up that for this content. But I always had the promise that I was, in fact, going to come back one day. I even made an album, but spoiler alert, that kind of got scrapped. But I made a new album that is called Point Nemo. It should be coming out sometime over the summer, probably in the late summer, because I still need to learn how to sing. I don't know how to do that. Um, I need instrumentals from my friend Shay, and I need a song by them, which should be done soon. So yeah, I need those three things: singing, instrumentals, and a song. I don't really know how to make beats. So, Point Nemo is an actual thing. It's a place in the ocean where you are closer to space than you are any human life. So it's about being lonely. It's about loneliness. I'm not going to spoil too much, but less on Point Nemo, more about music as a whole. I got a microphone. I've been recording some snippets of some music, but to be honest, I probably would need a more musically inclined microphone to get the full thing that I want. But this should be fine. By the way, this is not an ad. I'm not big enough to have sponsors, but this is really good. Um, my mother got it at Walmart, I think for $50, and for something that you get at a Walmart, it has surprisingly good audio. Um, Other than that, so my official handle is something different than Jason Lemoyne. It was originally going to be Cloud9, but my friend Shay laughed at me and said that there were thousands upon thousands of Spotify artists already using the name Cloud9. And while I already liked the name Cloud9, I understood that it's not really unique. So my official name is going to be Pyre Laray. And the origin of it is kind of interesting. Pyre is a structure made for fires. It's like a yeah, it's something to do with fire. And pyre is that because I show large signs of pyromania. Fire is something that I really enjoy, and I actually have a lighter back there. It has no lighter fluid because my mother does not trust me, but in the future it will. I'm also gonna get rid of the lighter because it has a Walmart on it, and I don't really care about Walmart that much. But I plan to collect working lighters in my future. So yeah. So pyre it comes from my fiery obsessions. Next is Lorray. Now Lorray was originally the last name of an account that I owned, not on YouTube. I forget where the account was, but it was an account that I owned. And I forget the first name, but it was something Lorray because it was named after one of my friends at the time, Ivan, whose original name that they went with, not their dead name, was Ray. So I named it something Lorray. I just liked the middle thing, La, I guess. So it's LE space REI. And when I decided I wanted to change my name from my birth name into Jason Leroy, I really searched and I found Leray. I'm like, well, I don't want to keep that because then I'd be, literally taking my friend's name. So I decided to have it be Leroy. And I combined the two and I changed the lettering. So that's where Leroy come from. So my musician handle is Pyre Leray as an obsession with music because I really do love music, and a past, because I'm gonna sing a lot about my past. Um, that's gonna be more personal music. Point Nemo is a personal album. It's not about any nerdcore. To be honest, I don't know if I'm still going to be doing nerdcore. I don't get me wrong, I still love nerdcore. Oricadia, Daddy Fat Snaps, Fable, and Rustage are some of my favorite artists, especially Oricadia. I think that he just sounds beautiful on a lot of his tracks. And I would love to express my love for a lot of media with nerdcore. But I don't know how much I want to do that, and I don't know how much that would interfere with me doing my actual music. So, what it would probably look like in the future if I do nerdcore is I would have three channels: Jason Leroy, which is for my um, content, I actively reviews. That's really it for now. But in the future, I plan to do more React style content, and maybe I'll start gaming. And if I make a large enough fan base, I could even start streaming. Yeah, I'm gonna become a streamer. So, and then my second channel is gonna be Pyre Laray, which is gonna be my personal music. It's not gonna be nerdcore. And then if I do decide to do nerdcore, then it would be under a name that I just haven't made yet, but would probably be around the style of Oricadia, Fable, and Rustage. Not more personal to me exactly, but something that sounds cool and is still like Fable's Fable. You know, like Fable is Fabvl is one of the only artists called that. And Oricadia, I do believe that the artist behind Oricadia, I believe his name is Gordon Ramsay, or no, that's a cook. Um, Ramsey something is responsible for making that. I don't exactly know, but that's what I believe. Um, so it'd probably be something like that, where I decide my own nerdcore name. So yeah. Um, other than that, I might not get action figures for a little while. I do have some that I can review, as I have over 60 action figures and I've only posted like 10 action figure reviews, and most of those have been SH Figure Arts, and I have an entire cabinet full of McFarlane with a little Mafex in there, Marvel Legends and Marvel Select, and all of that one is kind of just SH Figure Arts with a few of the figure brands that sounds like a racial slur, and I refuse to state on camera. The NECA one. So, other than that, I I did post a post in my YouTube about the SHF the SH Figure Arts uh, fourth form Frieza that I recently got, and I do plan to make a review on that. I do have some words for it, so stay tuned for that. Um, so yeah, that's the future of my content. I'm gonna be branching out into musician stuff, and maybe even start a streaming thing. Those who understand, because I've been saying up for a very long time that I'm going to be doing React content. I've never done it. I don't have a single React video up to my knowledge, and I'm going to have to learn how to do that. And that's probably going to take a lot of editing, but I'm fine with that. Um, for what that will look like, it won't be something like Sniper Wolf where I'm just kind of like where we're just kind of watching it together and I'm not really saying anything, or I'm like, oh, but more like Joe Bartolozzi, the best content creator of all time, um, where I'm actually putting sustenance into it and making it my own video while still giving enough credit to the original author or artist of the video. I'm also trying to get into more Vocaloid and stuff like that. So I will most likely be reacting to that as well. And fun fact about that, because Vocaloid is mostly, or I believe it's just kind of only Japanese, um, but I might be wrong. So my new plan for my future is I'm still going to become an author. That is top priority. However, when I am 18, in 2 years, I plan to already know a little bit of Japanese, and I'm going to study law in Japan. Originally, I didn't really want to study law because I didn't find it really like important because I'm not going to be a lawyer. But my teacher, my English teacher, Mr. Bragg, shout out Mr. Bragg, was an ex-lawyer and is now an English teacher. And the way that he holds himself and can win an argument so easily and attributes that to learning from law, I do truly want to be a law student. Maybe not a lawyer, but at least a law student. And the reason why I want to study in Japan is because kind of like killing two birds with one stone. If I'm in Japan for law, I have to study law, or I'm kind of fucked. I don't know a foreign language. However, if I'm there, I'll be forced to learn the foreign language so I can communicate with people that don't understand English. And I can communicate with them when I don't understand Japanese. So I'm going to be trying to learn Japanese. I might document my progress. I might document my progress. Probably not, but I might. And so that when I get there, I can at least maneuver around Japan. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. I'm just another white guy going to Japan, but in my defense, I don't fetishize races. I don't look at an Asian person and think, a waifu, if they're a man. Um, no. I I feel like this is like I don't even have to say this, but just to make sure, I respect every race. When I look at an Asian person, I think they're a person, not that they're an Asian person. I'm just saying Asian person to, yeah. I don't have the beliefs that a lot of white people my age do about other races in my state. Anyway, so moving on from that, I've been doing some writing recently, and I plan to read that here. But also, I really need to finish my first comic, and that will be released. My brother has already finished his first comic, so I need to finish mine, and then we need to commission an artist to draw for it, and then figure out all the release stuff, and then release it. And then those who like my authoring, writing, can read something made by me and own it and pay me. Please. So the way I see it is the the many reasons that you might be following me for the music that hasn't come out for a very long time, the writing or the content other than those two, is gonna be getting a major change hopefully soon. Through the summer, I am hopefully going to be releasing Point Nemo, my first album and my first release thing ever, and I'm going to be going more into making actual music and thinking about nerdcore. Um, and hopefully over the summer, I don't think over the summer, I think it'll be after the summer, but hopefully at least this year, the first comic will release. So that's amazing. And then I already said that I'm gonna try to start understanding how to do React content and like other forms of content, like maybe like a documentary too. Um, think of like Kiwi Tapes and Nick Nobody. I do really enjoy their content, and I would like to go into that. For people who might be wondering, because I have this microphone now, I'm not going to be doing ASMR. I don't think anybody's disappointed by that. I don't think anybody was looking at me with this microphone and thinking, "God, I want him to do ASMR." It's more like I don't know how I don't know where I was gonna go with that, but yeah. Um, I could get into ASMR action figure unboxings, kind of like Weeboo and I don't want to mispronounce this, so Cardu Studio. Both I follow, and I'm very excited to see what they do in the future. So hopefully, all forms of my content, action figures, the non-existent reactions and gameplay, music and writing, will be more contentful in the future. So thank you for watching 15 minutes of me ranting to a camera about my future, like I've done multiple times, but I'm sorry for taking 16 minutes of your time. Oh, have a nice day, everybody.